Janno Lieber, we probably be here every weekend. Every weekend, probably. Yeah, that's cool. He probably gonna have to sell this house, though. His neighbors gonna make us get up off this block. Safety first.
Safety first.
What gives is the police
What do we want?
Safety.
What do we want?
Safety.
We was louder than that in front of Church Avenue. We're in front of his house now. What do we want?
Safety.
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 Is that honest lawyers? Janno Lieber, you got a choice. It's either you gonna do your job or you gonna get out of the MTA. And you gonna move off this block. Your neighbors is not gonna like us this summer. Trust me when I tell you. They're not gonna like you this summer. You don't like whistleblowers, we love whistleblowers.
whistleblower in the house?
That's right. You don't like whistleblowers, we love whistleblowers. He can't do the right thing. He's a politician. No politicians can do the right thing. No politicians can do the right thing. We in front of the chairman house. I know the neighbors, we apologize, but you live next to a very bad guy. You live next to a very bad guy.
Technical foul.
Exactly. He's gonna mess up the home value properties here.
Property value dropping at the moment.
Exactly.
Zillow, check Zillow.
Janno Lieber, this is only the beginning. And to all the other MTA executives, we just go set the tone with Janno here. Nobody's off the menu. Trust me when I tell you.
Top down. Top down.
Trust me when I tell you.
We're visiting our boss. What's wrong with
Yeah. Yeah.
you? Visiting your boss?
Is labor relations in this house too? Is labor relations, is the comp department in this house?
You know? At lunchtime, is he going to invite us in? A little pizza?
For those who's watching on live, we in front of Chairman Janno Lieber house. Being respectful, we see my brother Motorman Mike, service over safety. We got riders and workers out here. No more.
You know, I'm thinking he's starting to ignore us.
That's him. That's his salary.
No more service over safety.
This guy makes 340.
No more service over safety.
This guy makes $350 a year to put us at danger.
That's no lie
Welcome to the
right
neighborhood.
$350 a year to put us at John Nathan Lieber. Bring your ass outside. Come outside. Come outside.
What's wrong? Freedom of speech.
That's right.
Say your piece.
That's right. My boy Ty Brown there. You got something to say, Ty?
Yeah, I got something to say.
All right, let's go.
Janno Lieber, I got something to say to you. My name is Todd Brown. I'm a track worker. I've been working here since in MTA since 2013. And 3/4 of the people have said that there's systematic racism inside New York City Transit. Now, I watched Tremel, looked at his posts, shared a lot of his posts to Facebook groups. And because of my posts and me talking about racism, and the fact is that the morale is low inside New York City Transit. And that bothers me. We don't have no pride, and I think that's important. As a black man, I take that very serious. We don't have no help with our union, and you guys have an obligation to take care of us, to look after us as employees. But y'all don't do that. You gotta take advantage of us because the bottom line is y'all wanna keep us down. And that's done on purpose. And now all of a sudden, because I spoke out, you guys tried to discipline me.
Retaliation, brother.
You guys tried to discipline me.
It's illegal.
And I filed a lawsuit against you guys, and you guys are still harassing me, following me. You followed me home the other day.
I'm a lawyer.
And so it's this karma to come here. It's amazing.
Hey,
I'm glad I came out with Tremel.
Right?
Speak it.
I'm glad I came out with Tremel because at the end of the day, you don't care about the citizens of New York City. You don't care about the workers in New York City. And it shows. You don't care about our rights.
That's right.
If you don't care about our safety, you ain't going to care about our rights. You don't care about our rights. You don't care about our safety. And we're going to keep coming back until changes are made.
That's right.
That's it.
That's right. Yo, Kemp, grab that mic, my brother.
Testify, man.
Brother Kemp, man.
Testify.
Well, the Transit Authority has a policy. Their policy is to hide everything bad from the general public at any cost possible,
Damage control.
even if it isn't compromising the rights and the freedoms of its employees.
Especially if it's
We, as the employees, show up every day to work and attempt to work against the odds that are lamented at our feet. We win in spite of the policies of the Transit Authority. We operate at our tools in spite of the condemnations we receive every day in our titles. We show up and provide service for the general public to a standard that is above and beyond, and only to get threatened with discipline. In the event, in the course of doing those jobs, we potentially do something that doesn't appease to the eyes, the minds, and the hearts of the people who intend to suppress us.
That's right, bro.
The reality is that the plantation system at the Transit Authority is by design.
Fact.
The discipline is created to subjugate you, to be scared, to speak up for yourself, to fight for yourself, and to be held accountable to the people who intend to punish you. We are not afraid.
Fact.
The consequences that you suggest, we are not afraid of. So right now, while we stand here, there are phones blasting. There are emails and texts being pushed throughout the system to define and to address on how Monday morning the people who are standing here are going to get their ass handed to them. I assure you, if we were afraid, we would not be standing here.
That's right.
The consequence of your action is the burden of your inaction. The consequence of our actions are the burden of your inaction.
Facts.
Your inaction to respect your workforce. Your inaction to treat us equally under the law. We're not asking you for favors. We're asking you to be responsible employers.
Facts.
You see, you neglect the fact that you refuse to address assaults because you know then you're violating your responsibility.
There we
so
go.
you pretend as it doesn't exist.
There you go.
Unfortunately, the Department of Labor found out.
Facts.
And they identified that assaults and protecting your workforce is your responsibility.
There we go.
You know what else is your responsibility? Not punishing your employees for being assaulted in your place of employment.
Amen.
Workers' compensation is used as an economic tool to force workers back to work injured. You have members who don't get paid for up to a year, and when they do get paid, their rights are challenged, and these people are starving.
Facts.
Because they showed up to work and got spit on, smacked, stabbed, or punched. And these people are begging to pay their bills and have no representation when it comes to workers' compensation. There are people who own houses in this neighborhood who are in jeopardy of losing them because they showed up to work. There are people who can't afford child care. There are people who are losing their lives every day. And unfortunately, we on a Saturday afternoon have to wake up and walk down a block because when we follow the proper channels, we're ignored. Mm-hmm. When we ask, we're denied. When we identify the policies which are in place to protect us, we're told, don't say it too loud because the public might hear you.
Yep.
So if you want to hide it behind the closed doors, what choice do we have but to come to your front door?
There we go.
No choice.
There we go.
We are not begging anymore. We are not hiding the truth so that you can sleep good on Saturday morning. The reality is that our consequence will no longer go in silence. We will continue to fight for the rights of workers and the riders, and we will not tolerate the abuse that has become a standard at the Transit Authority for decades.
There we go.
It's a new day. And Progressive Action doesn't apologize for being active.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful Saturday. We might see you on Sunday.
We don't know what's going on Sunday. Same way we don't know what's going on Saturday. We just here, right? Because Kemp said it best. They punish us for wanting to have a better, more respectful workplace. Just to be safe. They take action for wanting to be safe. Janno Lieber have a car come pick him up every single day when he could just walk the little 5 minutes it took for us to walk from Church Avenue here. And it's probably even shorter at Beverly Road, on that side. He chose not to do that. Instead, he's running a corporation that resembles a plantation. Because they only care about themselves. They do not care about the workers or the riding public. It does not get more clearer than this. It does not. And in order for things to change, we have to change. We have to change how we see things here. We have to change what we fight for and what we don't fight for. And it's sad to say, a lot of our co-workers know more about LeBron contract than our own contract. You know, it's funny, but it's the truth, right? Because we not focused on the proper things. But I'm going to spend the rest of my life, as long as I'm breathing, whether I work here or I don't, you have a permanent enemy on your hand.
Wow.
It doesn't matter where I work at. If I can leave the MTA today, I will be more powerful tomorrow. Because guess what? You can't send me to 2 Broadway. So I don't know what you guys are thinking or how you plan on handling it. But this is not going to stop. This is only going to get better. It's only going to get stronger. Trust me, I'm going to have a cookout on this block. I'm not BSing you. I'm not BSing you. You can control the MTA board meeting. You can control all your 20 security officers that you have up there. And I'm waiting for you to bring the MTA police here so we can show you how you misuse the tax dollars. You're going to use the same NYPD that we use. I hope you got a radio so you can see how long it take to respond too.
Signal and route.
Yeah, signal and route. Yeah. Yeah. I think that you know what I think that we gonna do one day? I think he probably leave here maybe like 6 a.m. We go come here and meet him outside. He probably go call out sick. If he bang out sick and he not sick, can he be brought up on charges?
He got 72 hours to turn in his form.
He got 72 hours?
To turn in his form.
Yeah, but look, I'm happy. This is a nice turnout in front of his home. You know, it's only going to get better. Y'all know how I do things. I was inactive because of COVID, but we're about to get active. We're going to make his neighbors mad at us. You know how they make the riding public mad at us? From these fake policies, we're going to make his neighbors mad at him. We're going to make them sign a petition to say, hey, get Dennis the Menace off my block. They don't, listen, Janno, if you take a walk down your own block, I was asking people, did they like service? They said absolutely not. Do they feel safe? They say absolutely not. I think your neighbors need to know who lives on their block. Maybe we're going to spend some money and post some flyers and say Janno Lieber live at 180 Marlboro in Brooklyn. Maybe next time I have my motorcycle friends come up and down this block and have some real fun. But this is not the end. We just go set the tone. And for all the other MTA executives, I'm going to make this clear. We're going to eat and there's food on the menu. Your homes is next. It's time for us to let your neighbors know how you treat us. When we make a mistake in the public, the first thing the MTA spokesmen say is that we're going to hold that train operator, that cleaner, that bus operator accountable. We're going to give you guys the same medicine that you give us. And there's no better medicine than making someone feel uncomfortable at their home the same way y'all did us. You thought that following me and doing a whole investigative report on me in 2020 was going to go unnoticed? Y'all thought that I wasn't going to find out? You think that I won't go to your sister house that you claim that you take the train to? Everybody's on the menu. We not playing no games no more. It's over. It's over. And I want everybody here, next time we come here, I want y'all to bring at least 5 people with y'all. I want y'all to bring at least 5 people with y'all. We have to show them that these are not games. We are losing our lives on this job. We are being psychologically damaged on this job. And the only thing they saying is that that's you to go. We don't care about you. We don't care about your family. We don't care about your mental health. We don't care if you can't afford to live in the city in which you work. We don't care about hazard pay. Because we good. This house is about $3-4 million. He makes $350 a year. And don't know what the hell he's doing. But they want to hold us accountable to every letter of the rule book.
Yep.
That's going to stop. Come on, John. Finn McCool.
Thank you, everyone. Yeah, actually, thank Tramiel and Jamel and Progressive Action for this. I consider myself a member as well. I want to say something because I believe Janno Lieber and MTA are discriminating against me because I'm a supporter of Progressive Action as well as Local 100. I was hired in February 2001 as a train operator. I was assigned to Ground Zero, relaying people to Chambers Street from Canal. And I did suffer injuries from that. It developed, and I'm out now, injury on duty. I've been retaliated against because I challenged the Taylor law. I believe we have a right to strike. Also, for other reasons, as a safety rep, etc., and suing the MTA repeatedly. So what they did in 2015, they defamed me in the New York Post, everyone's favorite paper, right? And then they stopped paying me. They just stopped paying me. I have a substantiated injury on duty from 2015 to present. They didn't pay me my last 2 weeks' wages. They didn't pay me my vacation and sick. And most importantly, they didn't pay me my differential. Now, from 2015 to present, what is that? That's over $100,000. I'm asking for triple damages. I discovered there's a law called Labor Law 190. I think even the police officers here doing their job need to know about this. Labor Law 190 says government agencies are not employers. So if you sue your employer to get your wages, they're not an employer under state law. So how can they owe you wages? You're not working for wages. It's a gift. They give it to you. It's a charity. And this is a crime. This is called, it's unconstitutional. It's a violation of the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment, as well as the 13th Amendment. Remember the Civil War, right? And, well, we don't remember, but that's what it was about. Robbing people of their wages. That was a crime. Slavery. And this is a crime what they're doing now. They don't do it to everybody. They didn't do it to me until they did. I don't know if they're going to do it to anybody else. But the union is defending transit authorities' wage theft in state court and federal court. I'm challenging the law in federal court and in state court. And the union has to pay for attorneys to say that they're not violating the duty, my duty of fair representation, their duty of fair representation, by not processing my grievances that I filed in 2015, 16, and 17. They've just been sitting there for all those years. And, you know, I did talk to Canelo about this, and I hope to, you know, I have to get an attorney as well, of course. But this crime, this fraud, they also stated in court that they paid me. Now, if they did pay me, then I'm committing massive fraud, and I would be arrested by these police officers. That's not the case. Transit Authority committed fraud. The Business Services BSC says, no, I wasn't paid. This is not, you know, a week's salary. We're talking 6 figures. That's felony right there. Perjury that their attorneys, and Mr. Lieber here is an attorney as well. The attorneys Daniel Chu and others, and as well as PERB, they're covering it up. They're saying I was paid, and of course the Cuomo appointed judges, they just shrug. They're like, well, you know, they say you were paid. So, what do you do? That's also obstruction of justice. This is racketeering. So Mr. Lieber, as an attorney, as well as a chairman, has an affirmative obligation. It's called misprision of felony. And I am reporting to you right now, Mr. Lieber, and I've done this, of course, in front of the MTA board, when he was, in fact, the first time he presided over it, and I'll be doing it again. But I've done it through every possible mechanism. And I've also reached out to the governor's office. I reached out actually this week to the public advocate's office, who's of course running for governor, and I think would make an excellent governor. Also, there's Mr. Swazi, I believe, is also running for the Democratic nomination.
No endorsements, no endorsements.
All right, well, that's, you know, just myself, of course. And, you know, I do ask everybody to go vote, of course, and I advocate actually that those individuals appear on progressive action. I also have myself a public access show and a YouTube, and I'm inviting them, as well as Mr. Lieber, on to that show. I'm happy to speak to him, as well as the General Counsel and the General Counsel of Local 100, because I believe they're acting in concert to retaliate against employees. I mean, what worse can you do than to stop paying somebody? That's why we came to work here. I would never inherited any money, and most of us probably, we have to work for a living. And, what harm can that do you with your families, with yourself, your mortgage? If you have a mortgage for a house, perhaps more modest than this one, and they just stop paying you and say, sue me. And then you got these judges that say, well, one thing, you'll never, ever will get a jury. That's unconstitutional right there. You'll never, ever see. So Article 78, no jury. You never get a jury. You get a crooked judge. And they just decide, what did Cuomo want me to do? Anyway, pass it off.
Thank you, Mr. Finn McCool. Now, what do we want?
Safety.
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 Thank y'all for coming out. This is only the beginning. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.